Good evening and welcome to Bahrain International's Daily Show. We have a great episode for you on Bahrain Today. But before I tell you what we bring you, I would like to invite you all to tell us your suggestions and opinions of our show through contacting us via email or Instagram shown on the screen. In today's episode, we will highlight various interesting topics. Stay tuned. For 50 years, Bahrain School has been providing excellent education for students here in the kingdom. The Bahrain School community empowers all students to achieve their maximum potential through rigorous standards-based instruction in an environment that respects diverse cultures. Even though it is an American school on Bahraini land, it is very involved in our culture, and this year it held a great celebration marking our National Day. Let's watch this report for more.
Bahrain School celebrated Bahrain's National Day in the school's gymnasium and Great Hall. The national anthem was played, followed by a few speeches from both teachers and students. A group of ladies wearing the Bahraini traditional costume performed some traditional dances, and students have expressed their joy on such occasion and love to the kingdom by dancing to Bahrain's national songs.
On behalf of the BISA board, I would just like to congratulate Their Highnesses, King Hamad, Sheikh Khalifa and Sheikh Salman on Bahrain's National Day. So we would just like to welcome the Bahrain Television to come to our special event today. Students and staff have been very excited to celebrate, as we always do every year. We celebrate the Bahrain National Day. It's a wonderful event, lots of food, lots of Bahrain culture. It's truly a joyous day for us.
Today we had an opportunity to celebrate National Day that's coming up on December 16th. And since we don't have school on that day, we wanted to make sure that we set time aside before we ended for our holiday break for us to celebrate this special day for our Bahraini families, our local families, and for our American students, for them to understand the importance of today's celebration.
And our celebration today was organized by our Bahraini students as well as our Arabic language teachers, and they did a wonderful job. We had a great celebration, and we also included some traditional Bahraini dancers.
We kicked off the event by having our elementary students in 3rd through 5th grade sing the Bahraini national anthem in Arabic that they've been learning over the past 6 weeks here at school with their Arabic teacher. And then we moved into some of the traditional dancing and a little bit of history and culture from our secondary students.
It was a wonderful day, and we're so glad that you were here to celebrate with us and to witness how Bahrain School celebrates National Bahrain Day.
Today was a great day. We had the event of the National Day of Bahrain, and it was awesome because we got to see the traditional dancers. And also later today we're going to be able to eat like the good food, the good Bahraini traditional food. And honestly, I feel so blessed to be part of this great event that's happening in this school. And I just want to say thank you to Bahrain TV for coming here and showing support for the school.
Reporting for Bahrain International, this is Mariam Al-Bayati.
We have with us in the studio is Ms. Samira Danouni from Bahrain School to tell us more about the school and its celebrations. Hello, Ms. Samira, and welcome to Bahrain Today.
Thank you for having me here with you on this special occasion. I would like first to extend my congratulations to Bahrain on its glorious National Day.
Thank you.
And this is indeed a great time to celebrate.
We're really honored to have you here, and I'm sure that you guys have planned an amazing celebration, and we're going to talk about it. But in the beginning, can you tell us more about Bahrain School's approach to integrate the students in Bahraini culture?
To integrate our students in the local culture, Bahrain School offers a unique program, intercultural education program, to help students learn about the local culture.
Yes.
And through this course, students learn about Bahrain's rich history and heritage. We talk about national and religious events such as Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr, Prophet Muhammad's birthday,
of course,
peace be upon him. And we also cover other themes for example, food, architecture, music, and clothing.
Yes, of course. It's really nice to see how diverse the events are, and now you're focusing on different parts of culture and history. I'm really interested to know, how did the school celebrate the National Day this year?
Oh, well, every year we try to have a different program. This year we hosted a group of Bahraini female artists who performed traditional folkloric dance. And also, thanks to the parents' generosity, Bahraini and Arab generosity, the show was followed by a lavish buffet, which everybody enjoyed.
Of course. Wherever there's food, I mean, people enjoy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, many students and teachers wore the traditional Bahraini clothes, and they took part in the dance, and they really celebrated. Everybody was happy.
That's very nice, and I'm sure from the youngest to the eldest in the school, everyone was enjoying these atmospheres. There's something special about December, and whenever every school or entity celebrates the National Day, you can really sense it in their souls and in their smiles.
Absolutely.
Bahrain School is known for having a multi-nationalities. Can you tell us, how does that affect the classroom?
Well, the school has a rich diversity of nationalities. In fact, we have more than 30 nationalities.
Amazing.
Students from 30 different countries.
Wow.
And in fact, the school looks like a mini United Nations.
Amazing.
And of course, this diversity is a source of immense pride, to us, because it allows the students and the faculty members to learn about one another's culture and traditions and ways of life.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm sure with such a busy schedule, you're always planning for different activities. So what do you have planned for the next phase?
In fact, we already started planning for the month of February for a field trip to the National Museum. We're going to take a group of students there, so they can learn firsthand about Bahrain's rich culture and history and heritage.
Amazing.
And in March, we're going to have our International Day. This is an annual event, in fact, so that to celebrate the school's diversity.
So each student will bring in something from their culture or their heritage.
Absolutely.
Just to share with others.
Actually, for a whole day, and it's on a weekend usually.
Yes.
And what we have is we have booths for every nationality. So parents and their kids, they would come and, for example, bring traditional dishes, typical dishes from their country. They wear their traditional clothes. Sometimes they also have handicrafts.
Yes.
And it's really very enjoyable, very nice.
Of course, I've attended some of them, some of these events, and I always enjoy the diversity, and you just get to learn about different, nationalities.
So make sure to come this March.
Inshallah.
Hopefully. We also have, in Ramadan, inshallah, we're hoping to have an iftar and rabda. We used to have this event many years ago, but because Ramadan fell in the summertime, and also in June it was review and exam period, so it was discontinued.
Yes.
But we're very keen on reviving that tradition, which everybody enjoys.
It's one of the busiest months of the year for, sitting with family, friends, and just getting to know each other on a different perspective. I'm really enjoying this interview, and I really don't want to conclude it, but we have to. So do you have anything to say before we conclude the segments?
Well, I want to thank you again for this opportunity to share Bahrain School's commitment to the core values of Bahrain, of peaceful coexistence, mutual acceptance and reciprocal understanding, tolerance, which make Bahrain a very unique country and a very open, inviting and welcoming country around the globe.
Thank you.
And I also wish to add that all the events, the cultural, educational, athletic events that take place in the school would not be possible without the full and unwavering support of the BISA board of directors, the administrators and the faculty members,
of course,
and of course all the parents.
Of course, definitely, and that's what makes you guys a community at the end of the day.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here, Ms. Samir. I really enjoyed this interview.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, we will be right back for more. Mental health needs more sunlight, more candor, and more unshamed conversation. Today in the studio we have Hamad Al-Saad, the nourisher and certified holistic health and food psychology coach. Hamad works to improve the life of his clients to be woken, more mindful and aware so they can lead a richer and happier life. Hello Hamad and welcome to Bahrain Today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. I'm really interested to start this segment because once I read the segment and I went into the questions, I got really curious to know more about your journey and how did you become a nourisher and what is a nourisher?
Okay, so let me go back where did it start. Started off back in 2011 where I myself had issues with weight. So it's a personal experience that I've went through this journey of finding how could I heal myself. So I went through the whole aspect of eating well, sleeping well, exercising, but there was an issue where I wasn't able to understand why do I feel down, why do I feel always low in energy, fatigue and all that. So there was a huge realm that we haven't explored, which was the mental health.
Yes.
So I did my research and all that, and I found the certification, which is the psychology of eating. And with it, I got the training. This was in 2017. I actually took the certification, incorporated with the whole knowledge that I have. So more or less, it's like a combination of how you heal people using food and kind of try to ease their dis-ease.
Okay, that's really, really interesting. And how do you find it here in Bahrain? Do you know a lot of people that do what you do, or is this field just needs more sunlight and more shedding more light on it?
More or less, we know life coaches. Life coaches, they work with you on your difficulties and your life, day-to-day aspects of your life and all of that. So they help you from this aspect. Whereas nutritionists, dietitian, and anyone within the food side of things, they work with you on just giving you a plan, or they help you with your food issue. So these cater to a certain, let's say, thing that you need help, and this caters to a certain thing. So I combine these two aspects together, because overall, if we, what we need to reach to is help you relax, help you live a healthier, happier lifestyle. And to do that, you need to reduce the stress and all these negative emotions that are within you. So when I combine these two, I've seen how powerful it is.
Okay.
And especially in our culture, we're not in touch with their emotion.
Yes.
As you know, every male or female has a feminine and masculine side to them. I teach people to get the balance. As a male, a lot of people are ashamed to show their feminine side, and as a female, they're so in touch with their feminine that they don't know how to control their emotions, and that's the masculine side of their emotions, I mean. So it's I've been doing this for the past 2 years. I do this for full time. I was an ex-police officer, so that's when I took the leap of faith, and I've seen how much people need it. There's a lot of people that are in need of, let's say, help with how to heal from the inside. So I like to tell people, I always work with people to make them feel better than look better.
Okay, and how do you do it using food? I'm trying to understand what you're doing. I mean, you took a whole certificate for this. It's a deeper science than just answering a few questions. But just for a simple person who's trying to understand, how do you use food, to heal a person?
Okay, so more or less, it's not only the aspect of food. Think about it in the sense, as I said, so you have a lot of things that goes on with your life. If I come tell you how's work and how is your life, your social skills and all that, you tell me I'm not happy in that area of my life. If I come up to you and be like, you know what, take this piece of paper, follow it like a food plan and follow it, would you be able to accept it? You'd be like, that's not what I'm looking for. So that's what I'm saying, like the psychology of the whole psychology of the food psychology aspect of it is seeing the areas that affect your digestive system, your emotions, and that causes your stress level to increase and cortisol. So I work with people as giving them the right tools and the knowledge that I educate them on how to live better, reduce to manage their stress, and the food needed to lower the let's say inflammations from the inside, which is causing them all these emotions like the havoc from the inside.
Yes, and is the cycle that you provide, I will call it a cycle, I'm not sure what the proper terminology is, but is it different for each person? Does it depend on your background, what you're going through currently, male or female? How do you work that?
Okay, more or less consider it this way. So let's say you're a client. So first of all, we determine your end goals and what is it that you want to reach, so that I draw a picture of where you want to be.
Okay.
So then we go back. We go back, way back, where we try to find the underlinings of every symptom you go through, all the difficulties, the challenges, the untapped doors, all these together, that let you release that stuck emotions and energy within you. That, like with that being said, it's like imagine yourself carrying a bag, and all these traumas, all these symptoms, or all these negative things
weights.
that is weights.
Okay.
So I help you just take one rock at a time, throwing out, and this step by step, you start feeling lighter, more relaxed. You'll be able to be more confident, and helps you with your self-esteem. It shows from the outside, your energy level gets better, and with it, automatically what happens inside when you don't have that much stress, basically your organs starts functioning better, and what happens is anything you eat, and that's when I give you the meal plan, when you eat, your body starts accepting the food and all the nutrients from it.
Yes.
So you start digesting it better, and you benefit out of it.
That's amazing. And how many sessions does a person need, to go through this and reach the goal?
It differs from one person to another. So I always recommend at least a minimum of 3 months.
Okay.
Because more or less, let's say, if you develop habits and all these, the life that you lived, you developed it through years of like cumulative years. You develop all these habits and stuff.
So you can't take it all away in a week or two.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people always want a quick fix. It doesn't work this way. So what we do is we do it through let's say sessions.
Okay.
And these sessions we try to identify all the things that's needed, and we break it down. So it's like one victory after the other, and it builds up.
And how is it easy for a busy person to fit this in their daily schedule? Is it a daily kind of session, weekly, or you fit it based on their schedule and work environment?
It's more or less, it's on weekly basis.
Okay.
And
how long is each session?
Almost 45 minutes to 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's needs, but some people they prefer longer hours at the start, at least to feel that accountability, because I work with you and not just give you something that you would be using by your own. I always love to I love to work with people so that they feel confident that they have that support system, and they could rely on without judgment, without making them feel
the transparency and all of that. And how did you find the response of your clients or people around you?
It's amazing. You could say I have a lot of testimonials on my page. I take this very very serious and very private, but messages, all the testimonials that I have, I put them on my page so that other people would understand. And believe it or not, if you get to see in my page, you get to see the DMs or the emails. People talk to me in private because they're still ashamed of the whole idea of
opening
their fear.
up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you face any issue like let's say a cut or broken arms, you straight away go to a doctor.
Of course.
And this is the same thing. Any symptom that you face, you have to open up and you be vocal about it.
Yes.
I keep on saying to people, consider your body as a baby. It doesn't use words to express. It uses signals, and these signals might be like acne, it might be asthma, it might be some things that like symptoms that to show is like to identify, for you to identify that there's a problem within it.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I'm sure that all of these feedbacks will lead to, raise more awareness about what you do, and that's what people need, and that's why you're here with us in the show, because we want to raise more awareness about the importance of taking care of your health in general, be it mental or physical. But I want to know the services that you provide, if you can just list it, and where can people go to find you?
Okay, so I break down my services into 3 categories. Well-being, this is like tackling every aspect of your life when it comes to food, nutrition, and physical exercising and all that. I do self-care. A lot of people come for that.
Amazing.
So my core business is, let's say, cultivated on teaching people how to love themselves.
Okay.
So let's say that's a service by itself, and mindset. So mindset comes from two categories. Category one is people that they always fall in the same loop. You know, when they say that I tried everything, nothing works and stuff. So I work from this with these aspects, and when it comes to mindset, teach them the basics and start helping them through so that they reach their goals. Or athletes. When I say athletes, you have a lot of people that have the skill, they put in the work, but when it comes to the competition, they never, like, they cripple themselves. Exactly. You have a lot of people that quit, you know, just before they get to that, to the stage, or let's say to the race or anything, they quit because their fear overwhelms them and they quit.
They quit.
So this is when it comes to the mindset.
And where can we find you?
Most of my work is on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. So yeah.
So you don't own your own clinic yet?
No.
Somewhere where do you host these sessions normally? Online?
Yeah, I do online and offline. So I hybrid both, which I do. I work with people online and face to face.
Okay.
So a combination of both, because I want to read your body language, see how you feel, and sometimes you try to hide things. I could read that, like, so it helps you a lot. You know, just have that trust.
Yes.
Instead of talking to a screen.
Yeah, I personally prefer face-to-face, because just like you said, you can read the emotions and you can't hide much of your feelings.
True.
Yeah,
True.
unless you have a good poker face, then maybe you're able to, you know, find out what they're really feeling. And before I wrap up the segment, I've really enjoyed this. It's very, very rich. Do you have a message that you'd like to send for the viewers or anyone who's interested, you know, in what you do?
First of all, I would say treat yourself the way that you're going to treat someone you care about. That's one. And every issue is a lesson, or every difficulty is trying to just help you build better, like tougher skin. So don't focus on the issue. Always try to overcome it and try to find the wisdom behind it, because everything is a lesson at the end of the day. And the last thing I would say, always reach out when you need help. You know, a lot of people are ashamed when it comes to any kind of issues, mentally, physically, and emotionally. I always tell people, you know, there's no shame, be it a man or woman.
Yes, amazing. Thank you so much for being here, and I
Thank
wish you all the best.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you. Dear viewers, don't go away. That was a rich segment. We'll be back for more. Martina's career in Bahrain started as part of Bahrain International Circuit Team. Martina races under the Team Marte along with her husband and competes wheel-to-wheel with men to gain the best points during the seasons of round 17 and 14 races. Her journey in racing led to discover incredible talents and inspirational women across the motorsport industry. She also was impressed with the efficiency and teamwork in the motorsports industry. All of Martina's experiences together worked, which resulted in the founding of Yalla Banat. So here with us in the studio is Martina. Welcome. We're really happy to have you in Bahrain today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure, really, honestly.
Pleasure is all mine. So can you tell us more about Team Marte?
We started racing in Bahrain about 4 years ago. Myself and my husband, we've created a team of 2 cars, and so far we've completed 4 seasons.
Amazing.
The first season I was really blessed and lucky to finish as the first female in the history of the challenge on the podium.
Amazing.
And since then we've changed the cars, we've tinkered with the engines, we're playing, but it's a fantastic hobby. We both enjoy it, and yes, it's
And
very rewarding.
how did you get into this hobby?
I started my journey in Bahrain actually from the work in Bahrain International Karting Circuit. It's an amazing facility and gave me insight on the opportunities in motorsport. That resulted in me starting the races, joining the Marshals Club, Motorsport Marshals Club, where I work in the race control tower during the international races. It's a brilliant community, fantastic facility. I'm really lucky because everybody in Bahrain is lucky because the facility is within the reach of 40 minutes drive. So yes, we've been.
That's amazing. I hear a lot about the environment at the BIC and the Marshals team, one of the best around the world. Yes. I know how committed they are, even if they're working somewhere else, and I'm sure that's one of the reasons that led you, to also get inspired to start Yalla Banat. Can you tell us more about that?
It is actually. It's a story that started in a race control tower during one of the international races. I was looking at the screens, and the clerk, of course, gave a signal to retrieve a debris from the track. And it's quite a dangerous thing to do because you're risking the marshals on the track as well as the drivers. So 2 marshals started running to retrieve the debris, and I was looking at the screens, and those 2 marshals were actually women, both women. And I sat there and I thought, there's so many women marshals in Bahrain. There's so many women working around the motorsport in Bahrain and globally. So I thought it's time to do an event that will celebrate their achievements, their hard work, because motorsport marshals this is volunteer work. Yes. So they come in heat, and despite the weather, despite the conditions, everything, they come in for the international races. And so that's why we thought of Yalla Banat, and we thought of the parade as the fun element to celebrate them. Alongside, we had a panel discussion for women that achieved top position in motorsport, lawyers, the owners of the companies that they supply equipment for the motorsport as well. And since then we've been working on some fantastic news, established organization which we'll be announcing in January this year, that will give, hopefully, increase the opportunities for women in motorsport in Bahrain as well as globally.
That's amazing. I just a few episodes back we had one of the youngest racers in our episode. Yes, Gracie. She's very, very talented, and such initiatives like yours will take this generation and give them more opportunities to explore that field of motorsports.
Exactly.
Of course.
Gracie is one of our ambassadors. I can honestly say we love her. She's very passionate and dedicated.
Yes.
And we would like to see more young girls her age from different schools in Bahrain joining the teams.
Do you accept 2 years old? I'll bring you
2
mine.
years old is still too young, but let's wait
Maybe
2
she
more
can play
years.
with the helmet there.
Yes, no problem.
That's great. And I would like to know, how did you start in the BIC? What started your career in the motorsports?
My background is sports management. So I was involved in a Polish Taekwondo Union. I was involved in their, I was treasury for many, many years for them. I was also national judge and competed myself. I am twice world champion in Taekwondo.
Amazing.
So I always had the background in motorsport throughout growing up, but I was never exposed to motorsport actually. So this experience coming into Bahrain, it was wonderful. It opened my eyes on so many different things.
And led you to having initiatives such as Yalla Banat and more to come in the future.
Yes.
I was one of the participants in Yalla Banat. I've enjoyed it, I must say, and the whole atmosphere and having a panel discussion at the same time gave more value to the event itself. So what are you planning for the coming years for Yalla Banat?
We are going to be doing strategic initiatives throughout the year, not only the largest festival, but I feel festival is an occasion that brings the whole family together and in the best possible way, fun way, unites people. So definitely those are to come. But we will be announcing several different ones, smaller ones specifically tailored for different aspects of the motorsport industry, whether it's from law to medical fields to engineering, and we will be announcing calendars. We are looking forward to having people, Bahraini women joining those programs,
of course,
and people following us.
Of course. And how is Martina supporting, you know, women, professional women in the motorsport industry, or any woman who's just interested to try it out?
First of all, there is a wonderful support system already existing. I mean, since I started racing, my husband was the one who encouraged us to create a team. So, and that was the first person. But all the drivers, from karting to national racing to drag racing, they're very supportive, and they've actually helped me a lot, guide through the beginnings, you know, and at the beginning stages. So the support system is there. I would be happy if anybody reaches out, so to connect them either to karting, or to if they want to participate as a marshals or as a drivers. I would love to see more drivers in the national races 2000cc series.
Yes.
We have already 3 women, which is
Amazing.
great, and we
Yes.
would love to see more. So
Amazing. So if I want to come and try it out, I'll start with karting most probably.
that'd
I've
be
tried
the-
it once.
the best.
I mean, I'm very slow at the turns, and I just I'm trying to, you know, follow the rules.
Don't
of
worry, it's all about technique. It's all about.
Yeah.
So we have great coaches.
No,
who
I
can
just imagine
teach
myself
us.
driving a normal car. That's why.
No, that's
I need
different.
to learn how to, you
Yes,
know,
yes.
to get
we
the
will
technique.
have a proper teaching courses
Okay.
and instructors that they're very, very highly qualified. So we'll be happy to do
That's
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
And would you like to add anything before we conclude the segment?
We would love to see more girls joining us, joining motorsport in any aspect. So we've created the Instagram account wim.bh, and we would love for all the girls to reach out through that medium and just contact us. We will connect them with the right aspects, and hopefully we'll increase the numbers. And by 2023, we'll have a full female team in the National Endurance Karting Championship.
Amazing, amazing. I love when I see someone who's goal oriented and they know where they want to reach. All the best, Martina.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
for
on the
being
show.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Viewers, that was our last segment for today, but don't go away. We will be right back. And that is all for this evening. We thank all the guests who were with us today, and we will see you next time in Bahrain Today. If you'd like to be with us on the show, or you have suggestions or questions for us, then contact us on our accounts shown on the screen. Goodbye for now, and God bless.